lady from Uncle. International affair. Lady.
Hi, today I want to take a look at Google account ownership. Now, Google accounts are always individual affairs. So if we look at the Google account creation page, you'll see that it says first and last name, it mentions it mentions birth date and gender, I am, and on the next page it'll say I agree to the terms of service. So it is an individual who enters into a legally binding contract to create a personal Google account, perhaps even on behalf of an organization, but the important thing, it's the individual who does the owning. And that matters because when you look at the hierarchy, in this case a business, you could have an academic one, let's go back to the business one. You could have an establishment or business setting up or asking the individual to set up a Google account, perhaps even with managed mail or a Google Apps email address, in order to create a YouTube channel and perhaps a Google Plus page and other Google products under the same Google account. The ownership of this YouTube channel lies with the individual who owns and who has created this Google account and who's entered into a legally binding contract with Google for the use of YouTube and the Google Plus page, etc. But what happens when this entity here wants access to that? Well, this entity here must go through the individual and must ask them for access, because only this individual can provide it to them. By a similar token, when it comes to perhaps this individual leaving the establishment, graduating from a college or leaving the employment of a business, the email address that was provided to them by this establishment might be closed, it might be deleted from this establishment's network or servers, and that would then render, possibly even delete, this particular YouTube channel. So it's very important for this individual to be asked to give ownership to another Google account, possibly under the same establishment, or for the establishment to set up their own Google account and then have the ownership of the Google products that they value transferred from this particular individual's Google account before that Google account is deactivated. So hopefully this gives you an idea of where the weight of ownership lies and why it is important for you to know who the owner is and how to get hold of them, and to not thwart their own ownership by basically deactivating their email address should it be managed or Google Apps. So thank you for listening and goodbye.